Hey guys, I hope you're having a good day. My name's ArwenStarsong and I'm here with a brand new segment that I'd like to call Arwen's Answers. This is going to be a vlog kind of about certain types of medical conditions that vocalists and singers can suffer with and how you can fix them and actually get to singing without any of the problems that these medical conditions can supposedly cause. Now, as my first vlog for this one, I'm actually going to talk about an issue that's very near and dear to me because of the fact that it's kind of something that's kept under wraps a little bit with me. But if you follow my Instagram and other stuff, which you can find in the links below by the way, I actually post a lot about how I need a ton of breaks from singing. And it's actually beginning to get a lot better now because I've been applying some of the tips that I am about to be giving to you. And something that I want to bring a little bit more knowledge to and bring up in singers is that some of us may have what's called TMD. Now I know for a fact I have this. It was diagnosed by my orthodontist. I have a mouth guard that helps out with my grinding at night, but I'm what's called a Class A grinder. You see, when you grind your teeth, it causes tension in your jaw. And that tension can sometimes cause a medical condition called TMD, also known as TMJ syndrome. Now I have a Google page pulled up right here, and I'm about to read you a little bit of what this is all about. TMD, also known as temporomandibular joint dysfunction, also known as TMJ or TMJ syndrome. It's treatable by a medical professional. It's usually self-diagnosable, but I actually didn't know I had it until I went to the orthodontist and he's like, man, you have the teeth of an 80-year-old woman. It's medium term, it can resolve in months, but sometimes, in my case for example, it could last for a very long time and won't be able to be fixed. And as my doctor says, the cure is actually going to be a lot worse than actually just dealing with the problem. Temporomandibular joint or TMJ acts like a sliding hinge, connecting your jawbone to your skull. Dysfunction can lead to pain and discomfort. Jaw pain, difficulty chewing, and clicking and locking of the jaw are some of the symptoms. Common treatments include medications, bite guards, and physical therapy. It kind of varies in people. Some people will just, have a headache once in a while. They won't really feel that much. But I know in my case, there'll be days when I will wake up in the morning with a gigantic headache, and I know it's because sometimes I grind in my sleep, and that is not a good thing to do. If you grind in your sleep, you do need to consult a medical professional and get yourself a mandibular mouthpiece because the mouthpiece actually relaxes your mouth and it prevents you from doing all of that grinding at night. More about this. Jaw pain, difficulty chewing, and clicking and locking of the jaw are some of the symptoms. People may experience pain in the face, in the ear, in the jaw, or in the mouth. And sometimes it can be chronic. If you hear any type of clicking when you're chewing, or if you're talking and you hear clicking or popping in one of your sides or both sides, then that means you most likely have this condition. Also common, headaches, joint locking, or muscle spasms. Now I know in my case I will wake up, like I said, with a headache. But there's days when I get massive lockjaw, where sometimes I will not even be able to open my mouth to say anything or to even eat, and all I can eat is liquids. Now there are ways to deal with this pain, and you don't have to be scared, and you don't have to stop whatever it is that you're doing that requires your jaw. Singing with TMD normally isn't that hard to do. So there's actually a few ways that I'm going to show you that are very, very easy, and you will still be able to sing even if your jaw hurts even the slightest bit. I must say, and I must clarify before we begin, that I am no medical professional. I'm merely doing what other medical professionals have told me, and I'm just passing on the tips to you. So everybody is different, every case is different, and I must say that if you are unsure about anything that I'm saying, you should go and see a medical professional and get the help that you need. One of the things I'm gonna say, this is naproxen. This was given to me by my doctor, and I have to take one pill every time I feel pain. There's some days where I'm fine, like today, but other days I won't be so fine. And all you gotta do is just pop one of these babies in your mouth with food, and you'll be able to have at least a very nice and pleasant day without any pain. So if you take naproxen, you'll be able to relax your muscle. It does make you drowsy, and I must say, if you take naproxen, do not operate heavy machinery or plan anything big because you will be tired. especially if you're taking the 500 milligrams. Also, things that'll work are lower doses than naproxen and ibuprofen. All of them relax muscles and will actually help calm the inflammation down and prevent inflammation from forming. Another way that you can alleviate inflammation of your TMD is using one of these guys. Yeah, it's kind of floppy and weird. It's a cold compress / hot compress. If you want to relax your muscle or numb the pain, all you have to do is either freeze this guy or pop it into the microwave oven for 45 seconds. And this is going to help alleviate your pain and relax the muscle, so that way you're at least able to move again. Other things that you can do to prevent the pain, I always say that if you're a singer and you have this condition, don't do anything that you know will set your jaw off. For example, I actually am very bad at this one. I will say that right now. Do not chew gum. Do not eat hard candy. Do not, and I repeat, do not chew ice cubes. Yeah, I know, it's weird, but avoiding things that are hard or things that'll make your teeth grind multiple times actually really does help prevent the pain. Like, crusty bread, pizza crust, lollipops, don't bite lollipops or hard candy. And, if you're gonna chew gum, don't do it for too long, because you definitely will end up doing a little bit more damage to your jaw. And I learned this the hard way. It's only so bad for me because I actually used to be a chronic gum chewer. And now that's why I say, do not chew gum if you have this condition, because you most likely will cause yourself more injury and you definitely will need medical help. Number 2, do not open your mouth really, really wide. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, but bear with me here. There are ways that you're going to be able to still sing without having to open your mouth completely. So what you do is, when you're singing, use more power from your diaphragm. You still have to breathe through your nose, and make sure that when you're singing, you really pay attention to the movement of your mouth. Because I know that when people scream, they tend to open their mouth really, really huge, like, ah! But that is not good. If you can find a way to still do a powerful scream or powerful high note without having to move your jaw in a way where it hurts it, then that's also a really good way of preventing the pain from even beginning. And I will suggest this. My choir teacher actually used to always tell me that whenever you're hitting a high note and you don't want to open your mouth really, really wide, you have to kind of pretend that there is a string on the top of your head and somebody's pulling it. Even if you have to do like the hand movement, it actually helps lift up the palate of your mouth a little bit further, so that way you're able to still reach the note and not open your mouth completely. Number 3. You can actually perform quite a few exercises that will help alleviate your symptoms. It will make you a little bit sore, but it will actually help exercise the muscles so that way it kinda, doesn't tense up so much. And I'm very bad at this just because of the fact that my case is bad, but I've actually been a lot better since I started this. My boyfriend actually taught me this first exercise. All you have to do is this. I know, it's the sexiest face in the world, but it does help exercise your jaw, and if it is out of place, it clicks it a little bit back in. Now, I will say, if your jaw dislocates itself, do not pop it back in. Do not. That will cause you injury and you will need to go to the emergency room. Because when your jaw does that, it's not because of the bone. It's because of the little tissue that connects the jaw to the, mandibular area. Don't do that. Don't do that. The exercise will exercise your chin as well, so it gets rid of this glorious chin fat. And now the exercise that my doctor taught me, you gotta go like this on both sides. A little bit of resistance. Not too much to where you pop yourself out, but just enough to where you get a little bit of movement on each side of your face. Because the last thing you want is to injure yourself and everything will be bad. You won't be able to eat. You'll probably be on an ice cream diet for like months. No, I'm just kidding. Here's another one. The fourth thing I'm going to mention is that if you really feel like your condition is really, really bad, I recommend you go and get one of these puppies. Yeah, really gross looking, ain't it? But that little thing is going to prevent you from grinding your teeth. It's going to relax your muscles. And also, it keeps your teeth straight if you've had braces before. So it's actually an all-around good tool to have. I believe mine was $700. You could save a little bit of money, start a GoFundMe maybe, but this is a definite must if you have this condition. Other things that I do find on the internet is that if you want to alleviate your pain or prevent pain, you can sleep on your side. Because if you sleep like on your back, it will cause your jaw muscles to kind of want to go backwards. So when you sleep on your pillow and your jaw is on the pillow, it'll give it a little bit of elevation that it needs to relax. So that's gonna wrap up this video. I'm gonna do a lot more episodes like this in the future, so if you don't wanna miss out on those, you might wanna click that subscribe button and also click the notification bell right next to the button so that you're aware of when I post these. Now, as far as anything that I forget to mention, as far as the symptoms or any types of tips and tricks that you all have up your sleeve, don't forget to leave a comment below so that way everybody who watches this video can have a lot more tips and tricks to read. And I leave you on that note. Fare thee well, and I hope you have a good day and happy singing. Toodaloo!